Walter White's journey in Breaking Bad is as much about his transformation into Heisenberg as it is about the battle between his identities. Walter White wanted to provide for his family, earn their love and respect, and leave them secure after he was gone. However, his transformation into Heisenberg shifted his priorities from selfless to ruthless, and this alter ego ultimately claimed victory over him. In the very end, Heisenberg won, but Walter White lost, leaving a wake of broken relationships and shattered lives. Walter's story isn't just a character arc, it's a cautionary tale about the duality within us all. His descent is a relatable yet exaggerated struggle between the light and dark aspects of human nature. While Heisenberg triumphs, it is ultimately a hollow victory, as Walter loses the very things that he once held dear. This video essay explores how Heisenberg won the battle for dominance, leaving Walter White defeated, a man who sacrificed his humanity for power and respect but ultimately became a monster. At the beginning of Breaking Bad, Walter White is an ordinary man facing extraordinary circumstances. He is a high school chemistry teacher diagnosed with terminal cancer, struggling to make ends meet. His desire to provide for his family is genuine, and his intentions are noble, but this initial motive becomes a slippery slope. Once he enters the drug trade, Walter's dark side, his alter ego, Heisenberg, begins to emerge, shifting his priorities from family to power. Walter's transformation is a descent into Heisenberg, and it's marked by small, gradual choices that blur the line between good and evil. At first, he justifies his actions as necessary for his family's future, but as Heisenberg takes control, his motivations change. He becomes addicted to the power and the respect that he lacked as Walter White. By assuming this new identity, he escapes the limitations of his former self, but he also loses his humanity along the way. This shift illustrates the duality within him, as Heisenberg becomes the part of Walter that thrives on fear and ruthlessness, overshadowing the man who wanted nothing more than his family's love. While Walter's intentions may have initially been about providing for his family, Heisenberg's ambitions are rooted in pride, ego, and dominance. Heisenberg doesn't just want to make money, he wants to be the best, to outsmart his enemies, and to rule the methamphetamine trade. Walter's alter ego thrives on the chaos and violence of the drug world, finding fulfillment not in the security he provides for his family, but in the empire he builds. In the process, Walter loses touch with the man he once was. Heisenberg's actions become increasingly reckless and violent, pushing Walter further away from his family. By the end, Walter is isolated, with his wife Skylar and son Flynn alienated and repulsed by him. He has gained wealth and power, but he has lost his family's love and respect. This is the crux of Heisenberg's victory. While Walter's dreams lie in ruins, Heisenberg has achieved everything he set out to do, regardless of the human cost. As Heisenberg, Walter becomes a feared and respected figure, but this success comes at a steep price. Every step he takes further entrenches him in a life of crime, costing him the relationships he once valued. Skylar, once his confidant and partner, becomes disillusioned and afraid, ultimately separating herself from him to protect their children. His son Flynn, who once admired his father, comes to hate him, seeing Walter not as a provider, but as a monster who destroyed their family. This deterioration of his personal life is emblematic of the broader loss Walter experiences as Heisenberg rises. Each choice he makes under the influence of Heisenberg chips away at his humanity, leaving him alienated and alone. By the end, Walter is a shell of the man he once was, driven solely by the satisfaction of his alter ego. He has sacrificed the love and respect he sought for a fleeting sense of control, a hollow victory that underscores the futility of Heisenberg's triumph. Walter's story resonates deeply because it reflects a universal struggle, the battle between the good and bad within us all. He is a complex character whose motivations evolve in ways that are both understandable and horrifying. At first, his transformation seems like a natural response to his circumstances, but it becomes clear that Heisenberg is more than just a mask Walter wears. He is a part of him that has always been there, waiting for the right conditions to emerge. This inner battle between Walter and Heisenberg is a metaphor for the choices we all face. Walter's decisions may be extreme, but they reflect the temptation to choose power over integrity, ego over empathy. In Walter's case, he ultimately succumbs to his darker side, revealing how easily one can become consumed by ambition when unchecked by morality. His downfall serves as a reminder that the potential for good and evil exists within everyone, and it is the choices we make that define which side prevails. While Heisenberg may have triumphed in creating a criminal empire, this victory is ultimately empty. His fortune is secured, and he becomes a legend in the drug world, but these achievements are meaningless without anyone to share them with. Walter's love for his family is corrupted by Heisenberg's greed, and in his final moments, he realizes that he has sacrificed everything of value for an illusion of power. Even his final act of ensuring that his money reaches his son is tainted by Heisenberg's influence. Instead of a legacy of love and respect, he leaves behind a trail of violence, destruction, and broken relationships. This legacy is a testament to Heisenberg's hollow victory, a reminder that success achieved at the expense of one's humanity is ultimately meaningless. Walter may have won as Heisenberg, but he lost as a husband, and a father and a man. Despite the tragedy of Walter's descent, his transformation into Heisenberg is a captivating exploration of human nature. It is rare to see a character so fully embrace his darker side, yet retain a semblance of self-awareness. In one of the show's most telling moments, Walter admits to Skylar that he didn't do it all for the family, but for himself. This confession is a moment of clarity, where Walter recognizes the extent of Heisenberg's hold over him. It's an acknowledgement that he has lost the battle for his soul, allowing his darker instincts to dominate. This self-awareness adds a layer of complexity to Walter's character. He is not delusional or unaware of the harm he has caused. Instead, he understands the choices he has made and the consequences they carry. This honesty is what makes his story both tragic and beautiful, as he accepts the man he has become, even if it means losing everything he once valued. Walter's transformation is a work of art, a portrayal of how ambition and desire can corrupt, and how easily one can become the very thing they once feared. In the end, Walter White's story serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked ambition and the cost of sacrificing one's humanity for power. While Heisenberg may have won the battle, Walter's loss is a stark reminder of the price one pays for pursuing success at all costs. He may have achieved his goals, but he did so at the expense of everything that truly mattered to him. Walter's journey reflects the inner struggle we all face between good and evil, and the choices we make that define who we become. His story challenges us to consider the consequences of our actions and the potential cost of losing ourselves in the pursuit of success. In the end, Walter White may have been destined for greatness, but it is Heisenberg who triumphs, leaving a legacy of destruction that serves as a reminder of the dangers of letting our darker instincts take control. While Heisenberg emerges victorious, it is a Pyrrhic victory, one that leaves Walter White defeated and alone. His transformation into Heisenberg is both a triumph and a tragedy, a testament to the power of ambition and the peril of succumbing to one's darker nature.